Hey Botanical Bliss family, today's video is all about the 7 critical mistakes that can ruin your tomato harvest. I've seen these issues repeatedly in my gardening journey, and I'm here to help you avoid them. Mistake 1. Overcrowding plants. One of the most costly mistakes is planting tomatoes too close together. Many gardeners think they'll get more harvest by squeezing in extra plants, but this actually reduces your yield. Overcrowded tomatoes compete for nutrients and water, leading to stressed plants and smaller fruits. The lack of air circulation between crowded plants creates the perfect environment for diseases like early blight and powdery mildew. Space your plants at least 24 inches apart for determinate varieties and 36 inches for indeterminate types. Mistake 2. Inconsistent watering. Irregular watering patterns wreak havoc on tomato plants. When soil moisture fluctuates between bone dry and soaking wet, you'll see problems like blossom end rot and fruit splitting. The real damage happens inside the soil, where roots struggle to develop properly. Water deeply and consistently, delivering about 1 to 2 inches of water weekly, depending on your climate. The soil should feel like a wrung-out sponge, moist but never waterlogged. Using mulch helps maintain consistent soil moisture and reduces watering frequency. Mistake 3. Improper support systems. Setting up flimsy supports or waiting too long to stake plants is a serious error. As tomatoes grow and become heavy with fruit, weak supports can collapse, damaging both plants and fruits. Worse yet, when stems bend and touch the soil, they become vulnerable to soil-borne diseases. Install strong supports at planting time, before the roots spread. Choose supports that match your variety's growth habit, shorter, sturdy cages for determinate types, and tall, strong stakes or heavy-duty cages for indeterminate varieties. Mistake 4. Wrong fertilizer timing. Many gardeners over-fertilize their tomatoes early in the season or use the wrong type of fertilizer. Excessive nitrogen promotes lush foliage but few fruits. Early in the season, tomatoes need balanced nutrition. Once flowering begins, switch to a fertilizer lower in nitrogen and higher in phosphorus and potassium. Stop fertilizing late in the season. This only encourages new growth that won't have time to produce fruit. Remember, more isn't better when it comes to fertilizer. Mistake 5. Poor disease management. Waiting until you see disease symptoms before taking action is a common but serious mistake. By the time you notice yellowing leaves or spots, the disease has already taken hold. Prevention is crucial. Remove lower leaves that might touch the soil, water at the base of plants instead of from above, and maintain good air circulation. Monitor your plants regularly for early signs of problems. Remove any diseased leaves immediately, and dispose of them in the trash, not your compost pile. Mistake 6. Neglecting soil preparation. Starting with poor soil is setting yourself up for failure. Tomatoes are heavy feeders and need well-draining, nutrient-rich soil to thrive. Don't skip soil testing and amendment. Common soil issues include incorrect pH. Tomatoes prefer 6.0 to 6.8, insufficient organic matter, and poor drainage. Add compost and appropriate amendments based on your soil test results before planting. Poor soil leads to weak plants, reduced yields, and increased susceptibility to pests and diseases. Mistake 7. Wrong variety selection. Choosing tomato varieties unsuited to your climate or growing conditions is a recipe for disappointment. Not all tomatoes perform well in all regions. In areas with short growing seasons, long-season varieties might not ripen before frost. In hot climates, some varieties may drop blossoms without setting fruit. Research varieties that perform well in your specific climate. Consider factors like disease resistance, growing season length, and intended use, whether for fresh eating, sauce, or canning, when selecting varieties. Solutions and prevention. Success with tomatoes comes from understanding and avoiding these common pitfalls. Keep a gardening journal to track what works and what doesn't in your specific conditions. Monitor weather patterns and adjust care accordingly. Build healthy soil over time through proper amendment and crop rotation. Most importantly, learn from each season's challenges to improve your next tomato crop. That's all for today's video on critical tomato growing mistakes. Understanding these common errors and how to avoid them will significantly improve your tomato growing success. Share your experiences in the comments below, and let us know if you've encountered other challenges with your tomato plants.